Hi there, my name is Evan from Motive in Motion. Hope everything's going great on your side. You're doing well. I have a little case study here pulled up that I'm excited to share with you today about our client that we've been working with for the past 6 months or so, called the Plant Guy. And we've been collaborating with them for quite a while, but this is a little snapshot of the first 3 months that we've created the results for them in that time frame, right? So as you can see here, just want to jump straight into it. You know, we have the 256% ROI in about 90 days of our first collaboration, as well as 126% email ROI increase from what they were earning before. So they are essentially a custom and off-the-shelf plant producer, like an artificial or faux plants producer. They make really beautiful designs for folks in their homes. And they work with a lot of really big clients like HGTV, A&E, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Michael B. Jordan, a lot of people like this, right? So they have two different sides of their business. One of them is basically just off-the-shelf, you know, very nice artificial plants. As you can see here, shipped straight to your door. And then they also have the other side of their business, which is more custom. So basically you just put in your information or your design needs for the custom, you know, design project that you have in your mind, and then they'll come do it for you, whether it's a high-end hotel or a restaurant or bar or you know, private club. They do a lot of different custom designs for various folks around the globe, mostly in the U.S., but they fly to you and essentially, you know, make their magic, make your dream come true, what you have for your specifications. Work with a lot of big clients, like I said, for you know, DJ Khaled or Michael B. Jordan or Pace Morby in the real estate space. So they're very legit, and I've had a really great time working with them. So I wanted to show you a little bit of the breakdown of kind of our strategy coming in and what we did to dissect their Klaviyo revenue and really just, you know, take it to another level, right? So the main challenge is, you know, they're a 7-figure e-com brand, and they create the high-end artificial plants, as I just showed you, for luxury homes, gyms, restaurants, and celebrity clientele. They started at a pretty strong baseline of about 107K per month, but their email marketing wasn't really performing at the level that their brand deserved, right? So a lot of those sales were just coming from the site or from other advertising platforms and things like that, like direct cold sales. But mostly they didn't have a whole lot of strong back-end flows and campaigns and stuff like that set up, right? They had no welcome flow that really, you know, reflected their premium status or positioning in the market and highlighted those customer projects, the custom projects rather. Their newsletter cadence was a bit inconsistent, lacking the clear direction in the storytelling, and the email attributed revenue was stagnant, which left a major growth channel untapped. So they came to us looking for a Klaviyo partner who could help overhaul their email strategy, unlock hidden revenue, and turn email into one of their most profitable channels, right? So our solution was to build a strategy that positioned their email marketing as both a sales driver and a brand builder long term. So first of all, the thing we dove directly into was revamping their welcome series, right? So we started with rebuilding their welcome flows to tell the Plant Guy's unique brand story about Matthew and his backstory coming up in Florida and how he built his brand and things like that, people he's worked with. We showcased their high-profile clientele and the stunning custom projects that they had done, completed over the years, and then we directed all the new subscribers to clear, compelling CTAs for the offers that they had, right? And then after that, we established a weekly newsletter cadence that they didn't really have in place, so we developed a structure of a weekly rhythm that had the emails that were highlighting top performing products, behind the scenes custom projects, you know, things like the bonsai Zen garden installations. I'll show you a little bit about that later in the imagery. High touch personal explanations from the founder of how they do it, you know, behind the scenes, videos, different cool things like that. And then we designed it to nurture and educate and convert and build the trust and affinity that needed to be there while driving the steady sales, of course, right? So a little bit of mind for brand building long-term, reputation, and then, of course, the direct call to action and direct response sales content that we helped them publish, right? So we polished their copy and their content strategy as well around the website with several of their email or their e-commerce product pages and all the collection pages as well, because obviously that needs to kind of match up really well with the emails that we're sending out, so that we're, you know, tailor making and the presentation very, you know, compelling and interesting, but also the imagery, the copy, the persuasion is kind of on point that matches, you know, when you land on the landing page, all those product pages as well, right? We also ensured every send was a mix of storytelling and product education, as well as the direct conversion focus. We optimized, of course, for clicks, open sales, and through the email highlighting both sides of their business, the off-the-shelf arrangements, as well as the high-end custom projects. This was really important as well because we needed to optimize both by really testing a lot of various subject lines, you know, seeing what people responded to, not just the copy, but where we were coming from, you know, our positioning. How do we introduce new products? How do we make it interesting and exciting for them to open and click? And then obviously, how do we make it very, you know, compelling once they're in the email to want to go to the product page and go check out, right? So within 90 days, the Plant Guy's email marketing actually turned into a consistent profit machine. So there was about almost $19,000 attributed in revenue for just 3 months from an initial 5K investment roughly, which is a 256% ROI. That was just kind of our initial pricing package for them. We had some email campaigns going out, the newsletter cadence, as well as the welcome series revamp, and they basically tripled that almost. Tripled it and then some, right? So also, we saw a 126% increase in the email revenue compared to the prior period as well. So the prior 3 months that they had, nothing or not nothing, but nothing that was really converting in the right way that it should have been, right? So once we structured everything that had needed to be in place, they saw over a doubling of their revenue from that increase, right? And also our average steady open rates across the board was about 48.43% on average from the last several emails averaged out, the open rates that we had calculated that number from. And they saw really steady measurable gains from both campaigns and flows. And what's really cool is that they have a small email list, I think 3,000-ish when they started. Now it's roughly a little over 4,000, but very small, but very engaged. And so basically half of those users and subscribers are actually opening every single email that we sent out to them, almost half of them, right? So after that, we also saw $31,000 from ongoing campaigns and flows, as well as $10,000 plus that was directly related to our new welcome series, just in the first 3 months, just from revamping what we had, and that was only the first swing, and we have since even revamped it one more time with better results too. This strategic revamp didn't just drive immediate revenue, but built a sustainable email engine that continues to generate compounding returns as well. So here are a couple different examples, 3 different examples of our emails that we've created for them. As you can see, they're very image focused, but also copy heavy as well, but in a light, sparse kind of way of outlining everything, so where it's a balance. So you're seeing the beautiful, high-end, high-res custom projects as well on the left side here, like the bonsai tree. That was actually for Larsa Pippen as well, Scottie Pippen's wife. And then in the middle, we have, the sort of off-the-shelf, really nice pink orchids that were an example of, showing the high resolution, high custom design of artificial flower arrangements that we're also kind of sharing supporting copy about what it is, what it's about, why there's, zero upkeep, no maintenance, no painting. Really just easy to kind of just click buy off the shelf if that's something that appeals to you, right? So same thing here. Another custom project here was indoor weeping willows. Again, it's like a life size, like taller than me, taller than like 6 feet. Weeping willow that was just planted in a nice sturdy aluminum planter, as well as different variations that you get in terms of size and coloring depending on what you want, right? So we always are highlighting the custom projects on each side of these as well, but we're also consistently drip feeding basic, consistent follow-up of what the off-the-shelf products look like, because they're always jumping out with new products, always dropping new lines and collections, always new variations, as well as a bunch of old products that had not been properly marketed. So that was a very easy fodder to kind of feed the cannon of the consistent newsletter cadence each week, right? So here are some of the results as well. Like I said, there was about 30K of email revenue generated from our campaigns and our flows, which is a 184% boost from the prior period that they had before they were bringing us on. And after that, we were also seeing a 16% an increase in the email attributed revenue just in general, because they have a lot of revenue coming in, but a small amount was from the emails from before, like very, very small amount, like less than 1%. And so there's a 16% boost there on the campaigns and some other extra numbers that you can check out there. And the steady results, like I said, of the open rates that just were, about half, 50% almost across the board, as you can see going down here. Very consistent, some of them above half, but, basically just maintaining that 48% rate on average, as well as the click-through rate, which is, a little bit above industry standards on some of these, 1.5%, a little under 1%, kind of across the board, depending on which interest is there for which product, or how well we write. So subject lines, obviously, right? And which test won. Also above average revenue per recipient, especially from a small list, which is really important, right? So yes, so the end of this, I was working, like I said, with Matthew and with Cody directly. So yeah, I was just going to read off what the testimony, what they had to say about our work together and our collaboration. So he said, working with Evan for the past 3+ months has been a game changer for our company, The Plant Guy. His expertise in email strategy, content creation, and copywriting has brought measurable impacts to our business. Since we began working together, we've seen $18,695 in attributed revenue, $18,695 in attributed revenue from email, 8.86% of our total revenue, which is a 126% increase versus the prior period. So a little bit more than double, obviously, right? We revamped our welcome series, built out consistent weekly newsletters, cadence, and created content that boosted engagement and brand affinity. Our average open rate is now sitting at 48.43%, despite our slower list growth. And beyond the numbers, Evan is a true professional, clear in communication, easy to collaborate with, and extremely proactive. If you're looking for a sharp email strategist and copywriter who gets results and truly understands the brand building, Evan is the one. Highly recommend it. So that is another collaboration co-owner, Cody, but also working with Matthew, the Plant Guy founder. So if this is something that actually interests you and you have a brand, whether it's for e-commerce or for information products or your own personal brand, and you really like to revamp the results that you're getting and ramp up the return on investment from your email copywriting campaigns, as well as the strategy, the design, everything that we pull together with you and on a consulting and ongoing basis with you. No strings attached, no sales tricks, no nothing, just whatever, a 15-minute discovery call. You'll talk with me or someone on my team, and then we will just chat with you about everything that you want to do for the goals of your business, what you're struggling with, what's slowing you down, and I'd be happy to hear what you want to get accomplished and how we can help you do that. So hope everything's going great on your side. Thank you so much for your attention on this video, and hope you have a great day. Once again, it's Evan from Motive Motion, and I'll talk to you soon.